Oh. Oh, okay, cool. Um, Hello everybody. My name is Gartoons, and welcome to Anatomy. This recording is gonna be a bit different than the other ones, because I've played this game before. Not like 5 years ago when it first came out. I played this yesterday. I played this for the first time yesterday. The reason that I'm playing it today, and you haven't seen yesterday, is because when I recorded it yesterday, I forgot to record my mic. So, I forgot to record my entire first reaction to this game. Lovely. My original plan was to do a post-commentary scripted video where I talked about the things I liked about this game and how good it was. But I don't know how to do that. And also, looking back on that footage that I recorded of the gameplay with the game, the desktop audio but no microphone audio, was really just depressing to listen to, because every second I watched it reminded me of my failure. So instead, I decided to just replay the game again. It won't be as good as my first time playing the game, obviously. But at least if I play it again, I can, talk about it as I'm playing through it, if I have anything to say at all. And if I don't have anything to say, well then this video won't be seen, which will be unfortunate, because this game was really goddamn cool. But anyway, yeah, I guess we'll just get started. I think most of the doors should be locked, and I won't have the option to do much of anything yet. Is that like an autopsy? What is that hand growing out of?
In the psychology of the modern civilized human being, it is difficult to overstate the significance of the house. Since as early as the Neolithic era, humankind has defined itself by its buildings. Buildings for worship, buildings for socializing, buildings for protection, even buildings for the commemoration of the dead. But of all the structures that mankind has invented for itself, there is little doubt that the house is that which it relies upon most completely for its continued survival.
There is a tape in the dining room. I wonder if this is of a real building. This connects to the lounge room. Pardon me. The house is the most important building of humans. I agree.
The house is one of the key elements that separates modern humanity from its more primitive antecedents. No other creature goes to such lengths to create lasting, permanent shelter for itself, nor regards said shelters with such reverence and import. Why do human beings of our modern age foster this tremendous sympathy toward their homes? There are many reasons, of course, but perhaps it is due in some small part to seeing them as a reflection of ourselves.
Downstairs bathroom. I guess if I can't offer my authentic reaction to this game, I can at least recall some of the commentary I had and some of the tangents. And one thing I had thought of when that part of the tape mentioned the house reflecting the owner, I thought of a video I had watched by Lavender Town, talking about character design and how character design is, it's important to, like, reflecting the character that lives in the house. Was I saying that correctly? No, I don't think I was. That, like, the design of a house, especially from the outside, but also the inside, the interior and the exterior, is useful to, like, building an association where you look at the two of them and you think, well, that's that's their house because it looks like them, right? Or especially with the interior, the way it reflects the person who's living in it. I actually got an interior design book in the mail a month back that I've been meaning to look at. And since I've been, I guess, like, my artistic spark has been, like, reignited by doing creative things, like making thumbnails and recording and editing videos. I've felt about drawing again and doing a lot of my own kind of art again. So I should look at more books like that.
The anatomy of the house is such that this analogy is less superficial than at first it may seem. To carry it further, if we were to dissect a house as we might a human cadaver, we would find ourselves able to isolate and describe its various appendages and their functions in a decidedly anatomical fashion. There is even a fair number of direct comparisons to be drawn between those organs of a house and those of a human body.
Okay, that was the door. I thought I heard a breathing next to me, but that might have just been my hair rubbing against my headphones, creating an odd sound. I forgot where that said it was. I think in the garage or the upstairs bedroom. I wasn't looking. I was more focused on the scary thing. Okay, it's just in here. First time I played, I didn't know you could crouch. I hadn't really looked at the front page or the controls that much. Which reminds me of something, that I forgot to read the synopsis for this game. The synopsis of this game reads, "Every house is haunted. Explore a suburban house, collect cassette tapes, study the physiology of domestic architecture." A trigger warning. Let's say it's CW, so it's not trigger, but not sensitivity. That's wrong. Anyway, distorted flashing images, body horror, and strong horror themes. This game has multiple endings. Be sure to play it multiple times for the complete experience. So I guess, even though this is my second time playing through, hopefully I can get something out of this other than just re-experiencing it. I don't know if I'll... There's something I'll think about, like, looking at that later. Hold on.
For example, let us examine the living room. Often the dominant space of a house's ground level, as well as typically the center of activity in a well-populated home, the living room is very much the heart of the house. While a human heart circulates blood to oxygenate the body's extremities, the living room circulates people, activity, communication. It is the room most likely to be found beating, as active and vivacious as its name would imply. The comparison is only strengthened when we consider also that the living room is most commonly the room to contain the fireplace, making it additionally a locus of actual physical heat.
There is a tape in the living room. So something I really like about this game is the sound design. I don't know how you even get into doing sound design. I think it said it was in here. Once again, I wasn't paying attention, or I didn't care to try and remember 100%. But, yeah, there's some sound design in the, like, later parts of the game, whether it's really trying to psych you out, where it brings in these loud noises that are slowly ramping up, that make you feel like something is approaching you, and then they either die down, or they completely cut out. So it's just, like, putting you on edge, even though there's nothing on the way. It's really effective.
It is easy to think of the kitchen and dining room as the stomach or digestive system of a house, though this comparison is tenuous. By contrast, the function and analog of a bathroom should be immediately obvious. The hallways and corridors of a house are its veins, providing circulation coursing throughout its frame. A staircase bears more than a passing resemblance, both physically and symbolically, to a spine. The windows of a house serve much the same purpose as eyes, and anyone who has ever rounded a bend or long drive and come suddenly face to face with a tall, dark manor will tell you that it is difficult to shake the impression that the house, through its lightless windows, is a creature capable of vision and intelligence.
There is a tape on the stairs. I really like all of the analogies in this game. In the anatomy of the house, the physiology of it. Let's actually think about this. This is the entryway. I don't know if the entryway would be the mouth. One thing is shared across both this recording and the last one from yesterday, even though the audio from that one didn't get saved, is that my family is playing Mario Kart outside my room, so you'll be able to hear them like squealing and squawking. So what, the door would be, I don't know, just like any place where like input comes through. So like the nostrils maybe? I don't know, I don't think there's a good analogy for the door. What would this wardrobe be? Well, I guess we don't know what this is yet. This is the heart, as said before. I wonder if there's thought to the placement. I mean, these are like the lower down rooms, like the kitchen and the living room and the dining room and the bathroom are all in the lower parts. They're all in the lower parts, while all the bedrooms are in the higher parts. So like, you know, the torso and the head. Kind of makes sense. What's this? I don't know.
The bedroom is perhaps the room that most eludes direct comparison in this fashion.
Oh, yeah.
At a stretch, and allowing for a bit of poetic sympathy, it might be said that the bedroom is not unlike the human mind, or those parts of it which dictate thought and imagination. In the bedroom, dreams are dreamt, passions are ignited, epiphanies are experienced in cold sweat at early hours. In the bedroom is where people invariably spend the majority of their time, though comparatively little of it whilst conscious.
There is a tape in the bedroom. I guess one thing I forgot to mention, the way I found this game was a clip that I saw of YouTuber Pastra and Fiznom playing the game. Those are two people. Pastra was the one playing it, and Fiznom was just watching, like live on stream. They were a guest on the stream. And I saw a clip of that, and I didn't get much context for this game from that clip, but it looked interesting. I have a real sense of nostalgia for these old, simple, like static VHS types of games. So I just saw like the perspective looked the perspective looked really weird when I jumped off this. Oh, my head's hitting the roof. Ow. Ow. That's goofy. The hell? And, yeah, so I saw the clip of Pastra playing that game, and I thought it was very funny. And I thought the game looked interesting. And I also remembered when I thought more about actually playing this as something to play for the channel, that I remembered I saw a thumbnail for Markiplier having played this game. And I remembered that thumbnail in particular because I recently went on sort of a soft binge of just looking through the videos and putting them in my watch later playlist. And I saw that video, and first of all, it reminded me of the fact that I wanted to play this game, but also that that thumbnail looks way older than the video is. Like the type of thumbnail that it was, of just like a screenshot of the game and a creepy face with the logo and the like minimalistic title of the video. I thought it was a video that would be like 10 or 12 years old, but it's like 5 years old. And I remember whenever I saw that, I thought that was weird. Anyway.
And yet this analogy is an incomplete one, for obviously the mind is an exceedingly complex thing. If the bedroom represents the thinking, dreaming part of the brain, then it is the basement that represents those lower, unconscious parts. The basement is dark. It is buried. It is a place full of cobwebs where memories are stored. A poignant comparison, truly. Often the unnerving uncertainty that comes with considering the deeper aspects of the human psyche is not unlike gazing down at the swimming blackness pooled at the bottom of a basement stairwell. It is a place we spend our childhoods filling with monsters that will lay for years in patient silence. It is a place that, barring some specific errand, we seldom ever want to go.
There is a tape in the basement. I'm really upset that I missed getting to like edit and upload my first reaction to this game, cause this shit's so good, man. It's really simple, but it's so good. And I'm so upset that I didn't get my first reaction to everything that's in this game, because it's, god damn it, because I already know everything that's gonna happen, and that's just, it's kind of a bummer. I don't want to like tread on that too much or linger on that, I think is the correct term, but I just can't help but feel so upset with that fact. Although it's a mistake I'll never make again, at least, assuming I'm careful from now on.
Of course, this comparison, though appropriate, is a very heavy-handed one.
Yeah.
And often the basement is little more than a storage space, littered with the corpses of spiders and woodlice. While poets and psychoanalysts no doubt dread the thought of a dark basement, in truth, it is the bedroom, the waking mind, that place of dreams, that is actually the most frightening of all.
There is a tape in the master bedroom. I want more horror games like this, and maybe they exist and they're just not popular. Not as popular as, you know, the big names, the big numbers. But still. I still assume that this is the master bathroom. I forgot about this room on my second and third go around. Or I forgot about that door on my second and third go around. What's that? Okay, nothing. Ah.
It is here, in the bedroom, that we are at our most vulnerable. Each night we shut our senses to the world for hours at a time, trusting in the house to keep us safe until next we wake. In this state of extreme vulnerability, we will spend something like 20% of our lives. Anything might stand beside us, watch us, keep us company until dawn, and we would never perceive it. We can only pray that the house will not let such things carry on as we sleep. In this way, during these hours, the bedroom seems less like a mind and more like a mouth. For it is here that the house is most likely to betray us. It is here that we place ourselves most at the house's mercy and spend each night hoping that it will not bite down.
You right? Not a pleasant thing to think about. That's why we trust our house very much. Whoever we is. Hit my head again. Yeah, okay. I swear this wasn't a sofa before. This was just another chair. There's no way. Gosh. This really is the nicest room. This blue light is a bit much though. Last time, a few months ago, I don't remember what brought it on, but I was having a bit of a Star Wars kick. And, something I realized whenever, like, blue lightsabers were being shown off is that they would hurt my eyes a lot whenever it was videos of people in dark rooms showing off their lightsaber. Like, when they turned on the blue one, it would just make my eyes sting and ache. But whenever it was a red one, my eyes would be perfectly fine. And I think that's just like the, red light, blue light thing, where blue light is bad for your eyes, so it hurts. I want to implement that idea into the environment and atmosphere of a game I want to make, or at least a story I want to write, whatever form that may take in the future.
In the psychology of the modern civilized human being, it is difficult to overstate the significance of the house. Since as early as the Neolithic era, humankind has defined the era of the dead. Of all the structures that mankind has invented for itself, there is little doubt that the house is that which it relies upon most completely for its continued survival.
There is a tape in the dining room. God, look, this room is so nice compared to all the other ones. It really is. So full of light and life. It really is the heart. Maybe I should just let that light in. Does the light actually come in? No, it doesn't. Not really, at least. That's a shame.
Why do human beings of our modern age foster this tremendous sympathy?
Sympathy. There is a tape in the downstairs bathroom. Sympathy. Oh, gosh. There is doors are unlocked. Spinning around a little bit, don't mind me. Just making sure my mouse is in the middle of the mouse pad. I think the next one was in the living room, the garage, or on the stairs. From my memory, the order changed. Like, it's not as much of a memory game as I thought it was my first time playing, because it changes. I don't think it's ever on the stairs a second time. Look at this lovely room. I really feel at peace in this room. What's that? Is that a spider? I mean, it has ate something. Amen. Can I get an amen? Are these nerves? Yeah, if you see me doing these goofy spins, just assume I'm adjusting for, like, the placement of the mouse. It's lighting up again. As if the tape is done. There is a tape in the living room. The switch between it being, like, I guess I should talk knowing, like saying everything I know instead of, like, ignoring it. Okay. Trying to remember what I was saying. The way that the, like, text switches between being broken and being not broken, it just sort of leads me to believe... Oh, I'm mixing up things I'm wanting to say. The way that the switches... Whoa! I'm bad at talking out loud, and that's gonna be a constant on my channel for a while, so get used to that. I tried to edit it out or point it out a lot in my earlier videos, but I think I'm just gonna roll with it and try to get better. Anyway, the fact that the words and the phrases after listening to the tape switch between being jumbled up and being normal instead of just getting progressively worse, it makes you like worry about, okay, well, if something was like glitching and breaking down earlier, why is it fixed now? What's changed now that's made it better all of a sudden? Also, that lamp turned off, and I feel like I should just leave it off. I should just, it was clearly a bit too bright. Someone wants it turned off, and maybe I shouldn't upset the owner of this house, because it's not me. This isn't my house.
It is easy to think of the kitchen and dining room as the stomach or digestive system of a house, though this comparison is tenuous. By contrast, the function and analog of a bathroom should be immediately obvious. The hallways and corridors of a house are its veins, providing circulation coursing throughout its frame. A staircase bears more than a passing resemblance, both physically and symbolically, to a spine. The windows of a house serve much the same purpose as eyes, and anyone who has ever rounded a bend on a long drive and come suddenly face to face with a pale, dark manor will tell you that the house is a creature capable of...
It still gets my skin crawling. The house is a creature capable of... gosh. Yep. Okay. I even knew it was coming and it still got me. Okay, this game's got some salt. I said that last time. But last time was my first time playing, and I'm saying it again, even though this isn't my first time playing. Goodness. Is there like a little bird man? And that's a lady. Oh, this tape has a hitbox? Or I don't know what the term for it is, if it's... Because I've seen people say hitbox and hurtbox in referring to like combat like hitboxes, because I say hitbox because that's still the primary term I think of. Like collision box is I think the term, or just not like hitting or being hit, but just like the physical like limits, the physical borders.
The bedroom is perhaps the room that most eludes direct comparison in this section. At a stretch, and allowing for a bit of poetic sympathy, it might be said that the bedroom is not unlike the human mind, or those parts of it which dictate thought and imagination. In the bedroom,
I dream that there are teeth growing all over me, everywhere on me and in me, like cysts or bone spurs. They're loose, but I can't remove them because I have no hands. I look out through the bedroom window and I see a truck approaching. A young man steps out, approaches and enters through the front door. His body is covered in swollen ticks the size of quarters. He's walking through the downstairs hallway and laughing. He begins urinating on the wall. He spits on the carpet. He's moving through the first floor, breaking and upsetting things. He goes to the basement and stands at the top of the stairs. I'm angry at him, so I slam the door and he falls down. I can feel his bones snapping. The ticks are bursting, oozing all black blood everywhere. I can feel him being ground up, dissolved and torn, splitting and shredding. I leave the door closed. I close my eyes and try to sleep. The teeth continue growing on me until there's nothing left of me but teeth and gums and sinew.
The basement is dark.
I was gonna bring this up before I remembered that that's when the interjection comes in. But the fact that you hear this ambience in the house from the moment you load up the game for the second time, and when you load in the tape, it gets louder, as though this thing is closer. Like, the person speaking is closer to whatever you're hearing than you are. Like, if I'm in, for example, the living room, but it's in the upstairs bathroom recording this, and that's where the noise is coming from, it fills you with the sense that the person speaking or the thing speaking is nearby. This noise is coming from the same source, and you can hear it both right here and over the tape. Just really well crafted. Still made my skin crawl just a little bit. Not as much as the jump scare on the tape there, but still worked. And even more concerningly, the noise is now even louder than before. This room is covered in eyes. I guess we just never see what's in there. Although now that we're on our final pass, spoiler alert, I already know what's behind that door. It's another door. So that tape is gonna loop endlessly. Ah, gosh. It's just... yeah, you have a run button in this game, by the way. Oh, I hadn't looked properly at that before. Is that an eye? Oh, gosh. It's like an eye and an ear or a nose. Looks like the underside of the mouth. And that's the... even more of the underside of the mouth. You never came back. I learned just earlier that the jump button works like Hollow Knight. If you tap it, you jump a little. If you hold it, you jump a lot. There are no doors outside now. Hello there, gentlemen. Hurts. I wonder if the tape... gosh. You know, I said I preferred red lightsabers, so I guess I've gotten exactly what I asked for. I'm inside! Except not, the camera just has a weird zoom effect when you try to run. You know, I said I liked red lightsabers, so I guess this is exactly what I asked for. Doesn't mean I like it, but, you know. Where's this next tape? Do I already have it? No, I don't. I think it's either in front of the TV and I forgot to check. It's not? Okay, then it's in the blue bathroom. Or the blue bedroom, sorry. Ugh, gosh. Maybe it's in here. Oh no, there's nothing in here except for nerves. Is this blue? No, that's green. I think this screaming, as well as the previously heard prayer. I think the previously heard prayer and now this screaming are coming from the house. I think the house is the one that was praying, and the house that was the one that was screaming. I guess if I'm playing this game post having played it already, I shouldn't be afraid to talk about things a little bit. You can run in this game. like I already showed, you can run very fast. And you can also jump. And you can crouch. And when I first opened this up, I thought for sure, oh, that means there's gonna be something to run away from, or hide from. You know? Or, like, even some, like, platforming. Some places to climb. But no. There's nothing here. There's no enemy to kill you. At least not one that's chasing you around the house. It just fills you with this false sense of control, I guess, where you feel that because you have the ability to do this, it will make you feel safe, or it will save you, but really it doesn't do anything. Like, it's not helpful. It's not needed here.
If we were to dissect the house, we would find organs and stomach, brain and mind and eyes. Dreams and memories and a mouth that will bite down. There is an important distinction that must be drawn between the words dissection and vivisection, a distinction that would appear to be lost on you. Your purpose was to listen, and yet at every turn you have pried, you have prodded, and you have interfered. Have you not been paying attention? Did it not occur to you that as an organism existing within a greater organism, your intrusion would be felt? And still you harassed. And now, like the wayward spider who witlessly settles upon a sweeper's tongue, you will be swallowed. Because the truth is this. When a house is both hungry and awake, every room becomes a mouth.
You never came back. I thought I was gonna get a different ending, but this is the same one I got last time. A street full of houses. You see what I mean with the sound design? Just these random rising, increasing sounds that psych you out. A door. I still wonder what doors represent. If the house is a...
What happens to a house when it is left alone? When it becomes worn and aged? When its paint peels and its foundations begin to sink? When it goes for too long unlived in? What does it think of? What does it dream? How does does it regard those creatures who built it, brought it into existence only to abandon it when its usefulness no longer satisfies them. It may grow lonesome. It may stare for long hours into the darkness of its own empty halls and see shadows, and its heart may jump as it thinks, here's someone again, I'm not alone. And each time it is wrong, and the hurt starts over. It may haunt itself, inventing ghosts to walk its floors, making friends with its shadow puppets, laughing and whispering to itself at the end of some quiet cul-de-sac.
Like we saw.
It may grow angry. Its basement may fill with churning acid like an empty stomach, and its gorge may rise as it asks itself through clenched teeth, what did I do wrong? It may grow bitter. It may grow hungry. So hungry and so bitter that its scruples dissolve and its doors unlock themselves. While a house may hunger, it cannot starve. And so, in fever and anger and loneliness, it may simply lie in wait. Doors open, shades drawn, hallways empty, hungry.
I'm sorry. But it's too late for apologies, isn't it? Ah. And that was the game. There's a little bit more. Optional cutscenes, I think, let you access the other endings when you press, like the F commands. But that's not what matters, really. I already got my first reaction to both of them. Maybe I'll show them right now. This is concerning. I'm just gonna go into the water. Whoopee! Well, I didn't die. Ah, that was a weird effect. Oh. I see. Well, here's another thing. Ugh. Goodness. Alright, well that was another thing. I really wish that I had gotten my proper first reaction to playing this game, because it's really good. I really, really like it. It's really unique too. One of the reasons I'm so upset that I didn't get my first time playing this game is because it's so unique. I don't know if I can find another game that'll be like this. Of course, this game got me very interested in checking out Kitty Horrorshow's work, and I've downloaded a few of them at least. But I don't know if they'll live up to this one. Maybe they're all kind of like unappreciated gems. You know, and this is just the one that got the most popular, but all of them are really good. Still. I guess this is ultimately why I struggle to write a post-commentary script, because I still don't know what to say. I mean, it's plain when you play it, right? And I'm not good at, like, thinking of these things in my head. I'm mostly just, like, I hear other people say them, and then I think, yeah, I got that. It's hard to know whether or not I actually did. Or if I'm just bad at putting these things into words. It's clear enough that the voice we hear throughout the game is the house. It's this house, and we used to live in it. And when it, like, cut out halfway through, that was likely the house recording their reaction to our player character, the owner of this house, returning, covered in ticks. The idea of those tapes in the green room being from the house is something I hadn't thought of at first, but it's really quite disturbing. But it's probably accurate. Just begging and praying and anguishing in their loneliness. Desperate for someone to want them, to be of use. They create their own ghosts. That's why houses are haunted. If you want an analysis of how good this game is, you should probably find it elsewhere. But I hope you found value in this playthrough, even if it couldn't be as entertaining as my first lost reaction to this game. I hope you enjoyed watching anyway. Leave a like on this video if you liked it, and if you didn't, I appreciate you watching this much at all, or any of it. It means the world to me, no matter what. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!